Summary: Van Helsing 2. In Van Helsing 2, the legendary monster hunter Gabriel Van Helsing, James Purefoy, returns to face a terrifying new threat. After the events of the first film, Dracula was believed to be destroyed, and the world seemed safe from ancient evils. But deep beneath the Carpathian mountains, a darker power stirs. Serafina, Eva Green, an ancient vampire queen who once ruled alongside Dracula, has awakened after centuries of slumber. The Vatican calls upon Van Helsing once again, sending him to Transylvania with a young and determined scholar, Eleanor Hartwick, Rachel Hurd-Wood. Eleanor has spent years studying vampire lore and possesses a rare book that may hold the key to defeating Serafina. As Van Helsing and Eleanor journey into the misty forests and abandoned castles, they encounter Lucian Blackwood, Luke Evans, the leader of the surviving werewolf clans. Lucian, once an enemy, now seeks an alliance. For Serafina's rise threatens both vampires and werewolves alike. Tensions rise as Van Helsing struggles to trust Lucian, haunted by past betrayals. Meanwhile, Archbishop Roderick, Charles Dance, warns them that Serafina's power far surpasses that of Dracula. She is older, crueler, and commands an army of night creatures born from ancient blood magic. Van Helsing, Eleanor, and Lucian face relentless attacks from vampire swarms, shadow beasts, and cursed villagers as they make their way to Serafina's fortress. Along the way, Eleanor's intelligence and bravery prove invaluable, and she earns Van Helsing's respect as more than just an academic. She becomes a fighter in her own right. Inside Serafina's lair, they discover that Dracula, Richard Roxburgh, long thought dead, has been resurrected by Serafina as her puppet king. Twisted by dark sorcery, Dracula now serves Serafina's will, his mind half destroyed, yet still dangerously cunning. In the explosive final act, Van Helsing must battle both Dracula and Serafina in a showdown under a blood-red moon. Armed with enchanted weapons crafted by the Vatican, he confronts Dracula in a brutal duel, while Eleanor uses the ancient book's spell to break Serafina's hold over the vampire king. Lucian and his werewolves storm the castle, fighting off the night creatures in a desperate push to buy Van Helsing time. The climax sees Van Helsing delivering the killing blow to Dracula, while Eleanor sacrifices part of her own life force to unleash a spell that destroys Serafina. The castle crumbles, the vampire queen's dark reign ends, and dawn finally breaks over Transylvania. In the aftermath, Van Helsing, scarred but victorious, prepares to leave the battlefield. Eleanor, though weakened, survives, and the two share a quiet moment of reflection. Lucian and his werewolves disappear into the forests, their uneasy alliance at an end, but the world, for now, is safe.